All right, let's dive into something that sounds kind of crazy, right? Why are high-income Americans supposedly going broke in 2026? It doesn't seem to make sense. People are earning more than ever, but they're on a path to financial ruin. Today, we're going to break down exactly how this is happening.
So, let's kick things off by talking about this high-income paradox. You know the feeling I'm talking about. Your paycheck gets bigger, maybe you get that big promotion, but you actually feel poorer. Your sense of financial security just seems to be shrinking. It just doesn't add up, does it?
I mean, this quote really hits the nail on the head. We're talking about millions of Americans earning more than they ever have, and yet somehow they're going broke faster than ever. People are putting in the work, climbing that career ladder, and for what? To end up in a worse financial spot. It sounds totally backward, but for so many people, this is their reality. So, the big question is, what is really going on here? You might think the easy answer is, oh, they're just spending too much. But trust me, it is so much more complicated than that. Okay, so the first big piece of this puzzle is the real cost of living. Think of it like this. There are these huge external pressures squeezing everyone's wallet. And it doesn't matter if you have what looks like a comfortable salary. Everyone's feeling this pinch. Let's just take a number, say $80,000 a year. Now, on paper, that sounds pretty good, right? You think that means you're comfortable, you're secure. But as we're about to see, the reality for a lot of folks is, well, it's a completely different story.
And here it is, the absolute core of the problem laid out visually. Look at that tiny little bar for income growth. Now look at the massive bar for expense growth. Things like rent, groceries, healthcare. These costs haven't just gone up, they have absolutely skyrocketed. Any little pay raise you got, poof, it's basically wiped out before it even hits your bank account.
So what does this all mean? It's simple, really. Your money is just worth less. Even if you're technically earning more dollars, each one of those dollars can't buy as much as it used to. Your actual purchasing power is shrinking, and that's why that high income just doesn't feel very high anymore. But, it's not just about these outside forces. There's more to the story. We also need to talk about two really dangerous financial traps. These are the hidden habits that quietly, silently drain your bank account without you even noticing, until it's too late.
All right, trap number 1, the credit card cycle. We've all been there, right? Your paycheck just isn't stretching far enough to cover your lifestyle, and it's so tempting to just whip out the plastic and bridge that gap. The thing is, what starts as a quick fix can turn into a massive problem, fast.
And the real danger? It's all in the interest. I mean, look at this number. Average rates are over 20%. That is an insane premium you're paying just to keep things afloat. This right here, this is the engine that powers the whole debt trap. So here's how this nightmare cycle actually works. First, you swipe the card to maintain your lifestyle. Then, that super high interest kicks in, and your balance just starts to balloon. Before you know it, you're not just paying for last month's stuff, you're also paying a huge fee on top of it, which makes it even harder to catch up next month. It is a truly vicious cycle, and believe me, it is incredibly tough to break free from.
Okay, on to trap number 2. This one is a little sneakier, a little more subtle, but honestly, it can be just as destructive. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's a trap that high earners in particular fall into all the time.
So what is it? Put simply, it's when your spending increases right along with your income. You get a raise, and what's the first thought? Hey, I deserve a nicer car, or we can finally afford a bigger place. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that before you know it, your expenses have completely eaten up that new income, and you're right back where you started. Think about it. Every single pay raise is like a fork in the road. You can go down one path and use that extra cash to build real wealth, invest it, pay down debt. Or you can go down the other path and just fund a slightly fancier, more expensive version of the exact same paycheck-to-paycheck life you are already living. Okay, so we've talked about the problems. How do you actually avoid these traps? Well, it really all boils down to one thing: adopting a smarter money mindset. And the core idea here is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's not about what you earn, it's about what you do with what you earn.
See, here's the fundamental issue. Most of us are completely focused on just earning more money. We think, if I can just get that next raise, all my problems will be solved. But that's the wrong way to look at it. The smart approach is to shift your focus away from just earning money and towards actively managing and growing the money you already have.
So what does that actually look like? Well, people who are smart with their money do a few things differently. First, they buy assets,
things that make them money, not liabilities that just cost them money. They get a handle on their unnecessary expenses. They're always thinking about long-term wealth, not short-term thrills. And the big one, they make their money work for them, usually through investing.
Because at the end of the day, it really all boils down to this one powerful truth. If you don't control your money is absolutely going to control you. It's that simple. Financial freedom isn't something that just happens by accident. It's a choice you have to make.
So as we wrap this up, I really want to leave you with this question. Forget about how much you earn for a second. Forget about what the economy is doing. It all comes down to the choices you make starting today. So the real question is, how are you going to control your money?